when you start a course with a brand new pencil and end the course with nothing left but a little tiny tip and a couple of crumbs on top of the eraser, you've done a lot of learning. And that's what happened to one amazing teacher that you're about to meet. Welcome to the Ultimate Music Teachers Interview. I'm your host, Gloria St. Germain from Ultimate Music Theory, and my special guest today is Shauna Hunter, owner of Piano with Shauna Music Studio. She's an Ultimate Music Theory certified teacher and an international best-selling author in The Power of Why 23 Musicians Crafted a Course. You'll be learning a little more about that in a bit. So welcome, Shauna. How are you?
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. This is exciting.
It is. I guess you had to go get a new pencil after you finished your Ultimate Music Theory certification course, did you?
I most certainly did. It was only this big when I finished.
I remember you sending me a picture of your giant pencil and then the little one when you were done. And I actually laughed out loud. It was so cute. So Tell us about your music piano studio, Piano with Shauna, and where are you in the world?
I am in Calgary, Canada, and I have a fairly small studio, usually range between 15 and 25 students, depending on the year. And we teach piano and theory lessons.
Yay. Well, I'm so excited for you. I've seen you really just grow, and congratulations on your success in the UMTC Elite Educator Program. And of course, you've completed the certification course inside the program. So where was your music business before you began the program?
Before I began the program, I was just another piano teacher. Just that's how I considered myself. I never, ever would have thought of myself as a business. But you really encouraged us to do that, to think of ourselves as a business. And then that takes it to a whole different place. Like, I now have a web page and a Facebook page for the business, and that was all just new to me. Mm-hmm. And it's helped so much to make my business seem more substantial and more like I really know what I'm doing.
Fake it till you make it, right, Shauna?
That's right.
Well, and I think too, and we've all attended conferences and workshops and things like that. And I've been in social settings where I've heard, there's been other music teachers there, and people say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a dentist, or I'm this, or I'm that. And then they come to the music teacher and they often use the word, oh, I'm just a piano teacher, or I'm just a vocal teacher, which of course drives me crazy, because I'm like, what, stand up a little taller. You're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and there's a lot of responsibilities that go along with that, right?
It's true. And when you're doing it, you just kind of think, well, this is what I have to do, but you don't always think, well, this is the business that I'm running. Yes. But it is what you're doing. You're running a business.
You're running a business. And I always say, how cool is that you have an opportunity to give yourself a raise anytime you feel like it. You can teach as little or as much as you want. Like, who can say that? You can't just go schedule yourself at any place of work unless you are, in fact, an independent business owner, and then you set your own schedule. I remember many years ago, I thought to myself, okay, Gloria, you have two choices. You either step up to the plate or you're going to get fired, meaning I'm going to fire myself as the sales rep, because the sales rep is the person who is going to get students into their studio, right?
That's right.
When you think back, what were you looking for when you wanted to grow your teaching studio?
When I first met up with you, I had been looking at different workshops and gone to different things, and I was using your books. I thought they were the most fantastic theory books out there.
Oh, thank you.
They are really the best. And so I wanted to get to know you a little bit better. And then when this opportunity came to do the certification course, I thought, oh, this is fantastic, because theory is probably my weaker point within my teaching. And so I wanted to do that to kind of improve my own confidence in my theory teaching. Yes. And oh yeah, that really helped. I know what I'm doing now.
Yes. And it's interesting because we often think that we know, until we start learning what we don't know. And then it's a whole
Exactly.
next level, right?
Yeah. Well, and plus you gave us so many tips for teaching that help not only me, but my students to learn the concepts more easily. And that was fantastic.
Yes. I remember looking back at when I created the certification course, and I knew how much I struggled. Shauna, when I first started teaching theory, I felt like a loser. In fact, I gave my students to other teachers because I did not feel confident at all. And then, we have two choices, and you've stepped into one of them, which is professional development. Like you have a choice to either maintain that or become a true business owner, which means invest in yourself, grow your professional development, because knowledge is not power. Implementation of knowledge, that's where the power comes in, right? And we can all
Right.
grow in that direction. And I'm of course passionate about learning and implementing these strategies. And as you came into the Elite Educator Program, how did that help you in your music studio?
Well, just thinking about being a business just totally turned a page for me. And then you helped us so much. There was just loads of guidance from you, and with all the coaching calls, and there was just so much that just really helped me to see what I should be doing as a business and not just as a teacher. Obviously, the teaching was very much a benefactor of all that, but yeah, the business, like advertising, I didn't really know what I was doing. And
But it
like
makes the
just
difference, right? Because
absolutely.
so we started off saying, well, you're going to be teaching theory, and here you are now offering theory club classes, right?
Yes, yes. And I love those. They're so fun to teach. I really enjoy doing that with the kids. It's been really fun. And also, like, I just go back to the advertising. You challenged me a few weeks ago to put out some advertising because
Yes.
I was feeling like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, blah. Just kind of a little bit of burnout, maybe.
Yeah.
And so you challenged me to put out some advertising. And just last night, I signed up 3 new students, and I have 4 more that have inquired and will probably sign up. We'll hope.
Yeah. And so it's interesting. Like sometimes you don't even know what you're afraid of, right?
Exactly.
Like, are
Yeah.
you afraid of success? Because
Am I afraid of having to work?
yeah. Well, and just as you said, like how much fun is that? Because when you come into that place with so much, joy and passion, then your students are going to love you even more and be happy to be attending because they too have that sense of community, right?
That's right. Yeah. Especially my club class students, they just all end up being friends.
Yes.
Even though like we did it online last year and they're from different parts of the world, but they're all just good friends now.
Yes.
It's fun to see that.
It really is. And one of the things inside the Elite Educator Program too is we have accountability partners as well as our Facebook community. And I know there's been many new friendships, lifelong friendships made, teacher to teacher, just connecting. How have you found that community?
It's awesome. Like I love this, not only the accountability partners, but also the Facebook group and like our coaching call groups. I feel like they're not just a community, they're almost like a music family.
Yes.
And it's just been wonderful. The support everybody gives, you never feel judged or like you're not doing good enough. Everyone's just so positive, and you're so good at giving us encouragement. It's just been a really great group to be part of.
It is. And, there's no such thing as a small win. We've seen, you've been a part of the group for a long time, and you've seen educators that come in, maybe in their first coaching call in the UMTC Elite Educator Program, kind of thinking like, well, I don't know, what's this going to be? And I watch their body language and I see by the end of the call, they're like, oh, I can do this, because they hear you sharing your win. And I don't even realize, know if you realize how much you impact other members in the group because they watch you do it and they've seen you going, well, I guess so. And then you accept the challenge. And then the next week you're bragging about your win, right? So
that's right.
and it really helps others. And I want to thank you, for sharing your wins, because it's a lot of fun and we all celebrate together. And you've really grown. There's been a lot of things happening for you. So what's coming up next for you in growing your business?
I'm hoping to put in some more theory club classes and get more students in each class. And I have a few other ideas kicking around inside my head that I haven't really figured out yet, but they're coming.
But that's how they start. I was just in a meeting with my team this morning and I said, oh, I have an idea. And they're all like, oh no, now what? But when we get in there and we just kind of think about it, every time you achieve something, now you've got your theory club classes, which before you were like, well, I don't know if I can do this. Well, the challenge was on in the coaching call and you're like, fine, I'll do it. I promised I would. Not only did you get students in there, now you're going, oh yeah, I'm going to do more. I'm going to get some more students. The whole attitude has changed because now, but not only are you getting more students in the club classes, but you're increasing your income because you're teaching more students in that 1 hour. And that's going to increase your income, right?
Yeah. Last year, with it being a COVID year, there were lots of my piano teacher friends who were losing students all over the place. And some of them just stopped teaching just because they didn't like teaching online. And a lot of the students would say, no, I've been online all day. I don't want to do this. Yeah. So I still went ahead with my teaching and my theory club classes online because you were right there encouraging us to do it. Yep. And I ended up increasing my income by 30%.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I think when you see that opportunity, for myself, I feel so blessed. As you know, you're in the Elite Educator Program. There's people in there from Zimbabwe, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, US, Canada, that we've now just, and how interesting is it to see all the different cultures and, ways that people are doing things. Like, how have you felt about that?
I just think it's so cool that I have friends all around the world. Like everywhere, just all the places you just mentioned. It's just so cool that I can connect with them and talk to them, like we're friends. And we've just made lots of awesome connections. It's been so fun.
And I think it's so important too, to be in a group of like-minded people. One of the things that in chatting with a lot of the elite educators, such as yourself, and I'm always interested to know, like, how are you feeling about things? And they all go, well, the course is amazing. I love this. I've learned so much. But number one is I feel this sense of community. And very often, independent music business owners, such as ourselves, it's a pretty lonely job. Like, who are you going to talk to? Your friends have no idea what you're talking about when you're talking about scheduling, lesson planning, marketing materials. And they're like, wah, wah, wah. So it's kind of nice to have that little extra place to connect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to have that whole community of other people who understand and know firsthand what you're doing, what you're going through. It's great.
Yeah. It's great. So speaking of growing your business, so now we've gone down the journey with you. You have also grown as a musician in becoming an international best-selling author in The Power of Why. 23, here it is, the beautiful purple book, Why 23 Musicians Crafted a Course. And I want to say thank you, congratulations, and thank you for writing your chapter, Shauna. So
thank you for the opportunity.
It was fun. And how do you feel in sharing your story of why?
It was interesting to me as I worked through the story to see how I have grown. Yeah. I've gone from just doing this for the money and to support myself to now it's more about serving others and serving the kids that I teach and the adults that I teach and trying to enrich their lives and make things better for them. So that my motivation has changed. And I was quite happy to share that with everyone.
Yes. And, it's interesting because when you talk about coming from a place of service, when I first created the Power of Why Musicians series, it was really to help musicians that sometimes feel like they're in that isolated place. And as I connected with all of these global authors that were sharing so freely, their stories moved me so deeply, like some of their struggles that I could never even have imagined, that they'd gone through this and still come out as a successful musician and, created a program. And I think it's a game changer for us when we switch our mindset from this is my just a piano teacher job to saying I'm a business owner, I'm a contributor, international bestselling author, and I'm sure there's even more things coming your way, Shauna.
And it's our struggles that help us to grow. That's what I really learned while I was writing that chapter, that it was what I went through that really helped me to change.
Yeah. Yeah. It's powerful. And how has the UMTC Elite Educator changed your thinking about your business? What's been the mindset shift?
Oh, the mindset has gone from almost just the drudgery of daily do this music to I'm just excited to share things with them now. I learn things in the program and I can't wait to share them.
Yes. And that's what I love that you said that, Shauna, because when we learn something and we share it, that's really when we internalize that at a deeper level. And I know as I'm in my own coaching calls, the first thing I want to do is teach someone else, because then I'll remember it. So we always want to share what we learn. And what was maybe just in kind of wrapping up our conversation, what was your biggest takeaway in completing the Elite Educator Program?
My biggest takeaway is you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's not maybe what you were looking for, but that for me was like, you can do it. You don't have to just be a piano teacher. You can be amazing.
You can be amazing.
I'm still working on amazing, but I'll get there.
Well, and it's interesting because I remember when we were first talking about, how do we feel about where we are, not just a piano teacher. For me, I was nervous Nelly. And then through the pivot and the mindset shift, I became Glory the Gladiator, to just say, I can do this. And I think we've seen that shift, right? Even within the group. I can always see you smiling when you see someone new, maybe joining the Elite Educator Program. And you already know that, within a few weeks, we're going to see a shift there, right?
Yep.
And what would
they're going to be so much happier.
Yeah, they are going to be happier, because I think joy is infectious. If I started to laugh, even if it was fake, eventually you would just, you start to smile and you start to take on that persona of joyfulness and gratitude. And it's really why we're there together. It's a hashtag solutions only group. And what would you say to someone who was thinking about taking the program to elevate and impact and grow their music business?
I would tell them, go for it. You won't be sorry. It really does help you to grow in ways that you maybe don't expect. It does help you with your teaching abilities, but also your own personal growth. It's just fantastic for that. Yeah. And your business growth as well. It's been really good for business growth.
Oh, thank you so much, Shauna. It was such a delight to see you as always. Congratulations again on your success in Piano with Shauna, your studio business, and also congratulations on becoming an international best-selling author. International, that was not just one country, not two, not three, but 4 countries and multiple categories, which is massive. So that's amazing.
So cool.
Yes. It's a big deal, if people want to check it out, absolutely do so. We will put the link here so that you can learn more about the Ultimate Music Theory Certification course and the UMTC Elite Educator Program. And I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming coaching calls, Shauna. So thanks again. And we will see you inside the program. As always, teach with passion, and I will see you next time. Thank you.